Gentlemen, today I'm going to teach you how to run an ultra. So, if you've ever wanted to do one of these, then make sure you watch till the end. So, I have a very simple acronym that I have used to run about 6 ultras now. I call it KGFK. It is consistency, gear, fortitude, and knowledge. You need consistency. You need to train a lot. Ultra running is a large investment. The race itself isn't that much of a time commitment. 12 to 48 hours, generally speaking. All the training leading up to the race, that is what's difficult. The guy who set the fastest time ever on the marathon, he said he has never struggled on a marathon before. The struggle comes in training. You always want to make your training the hard part. So consistency is key. You want to train as much as you need to train and frequently at that. So I'm not going to get too far into training methodologies here, but basically you want to spend a lot of time at a low and slow pace. Number 2, gear. You don't want to run your ultra, especially if it's a mountain ultra, without shoes. Good, high quality, perfect pair of shoes that you need or that you can use to run the ultra effectively. I'm a personal fan of Solid. I also like some La Sportiva stuff, but there are plenty of good options. Do your research, try out a few different shoes, find what works for you, and do keep in mind it is a very different thing to be able to run 3 miles in a shoe than to run 40 miles in a shoe. But if you get the right shoe, it will hurt a lot less. In addition to shoes, backpacks, shirts, shorts, this all makes a difference. I chafe a lot. My thighs rub together. I've actually been wearing very tight-fitting long underwear and then shorts over top of that. And as long as it isn't hot out, that is very useful because it actually prevents chafing because it sticks tight to my backpacks. Of course, you don't want to have armpit chafing. You want the bag to sit close to you. Mountain running vests are great for this, or running vests in general are great for this. Ultimate Direction, in my opinion, makes the best running vests of all. Weirdly enough, shirt might not seem that important. I know the first ultra I ran, I was wearing a bad shirt and got terrible nipple chafe. So you want to make sure you select a good shirt. You don't want it to be a super high-cut tank top because then you'll rub on your arm and that will be extremely painful. Now, 3, fortitude. So I would argue that this is the most important part of running an ultramarathon. You can grit through an ultra if you do not have the fitness. So as I said, if you trained right, you probably won't struggle that much. But even then, you still need the fortitude for all the training and all that too. So it's all intertwined. And of course, you need the right gear for all. A lot of the times it has been very painful for me. Partly because I don't train as well as I should, and partly just because I kind of suck at running and I'm a bit of a larger human for running, at least. I'm 175 right now, actually. And so that running can be hard on the joints, hard on the legs, hard on tendons, hard on ligaments, hard on muscles. And sometimes it just hurts. Sometimes you annoyingly get kidney failure. Sometimes you get dehydrated. Sometimes you didn't eat enough. Sometimes you didn't get enough electrolytes. So sometimes it is just painful. And optimally, it won't be painful because your training is good and your supplementation routine is good. But if it is painful, you need the fortitude to grit through that pain. Number 4, knowledge. So this is a bit of a more esoteric one. You need to understand your body. You need to understand what different pains mean. You also need to have knowledge of the route orienteering, if you will. You need to have knowledge of the gear. You need to understand how all the gear works. You need to have knowledge of your food, how you react to different gels, how you react to different solid foods. You need to understand all of this so that you can plan for every eventuality that comes up. There is a lot of logistics in planning and ultra running. It is not all just, I can endure the pain to run this far. No. The thing that separates really good ultra athletes from people who haven't run an ultra run is the planning stage. So you need to get really good at planning, and you need to get really tough. It's that old saying, you need to be dumb or tough. But it is better for the ultra to be easier because you will be able to do it longer. And so that is why KGFK is such an important acronym to bear in mind when you run.